Hi guys, it's me, Tony. I'm gonna go ahead and use my syringe here to go ahead and pull out the water that's in the balloon that's inside my stomach, which keeps us here. I have a retainer ring on the outside. I'm in my underwear, so I won't, go any farther down here. Um, so what you see here is I couldn't last night. This thing just started leaking. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from until I thought it was just a little crack in between this one side here. Let me show you. This side and this side, there's like a little molded plastic that puts them two together. That little crack right there, wishbone kind of thing. In the middle, it was leaking. I thought somehow I had pulled on it, or it just wore out, or it's a manufacturer defect. And I found that the whole middle stem is where I usually put my syringe, which is my feeding syringe, which is this. Is you just pop this out, and this is what you plunger it in. You have to flush, and you push this real hard, you flush your tube out. But this end is what goes in here. In gravity, you put your food in here and pour it in. It goes right into your stomach. So this video I'm doing is just kind of to show people that it is possible to do at home. You can buy the products online. It does say on the box, doctors, blah blah blah, whatever. But this is so simple, and it's as long as you're clean, as long as you know what you're doing, it's really a 5-second process, as you'll see. These things I bought a box of them. They're saline solution, saline, flush solution. They flush your ports, or your when you get water or whatever, you got an IV stuck in you. They flush this out every time they put medicine. They flush it with one of these. So this is filled with saline solution, and saline solution is not like water. It doesn't evaporate. So if I was to fill the balloon with water in 2 months, it'll be on halfway, from 15 milliliters, it'll lose 5 milliliters. So these are all, each of these is 5 milliliters. So basically, that's all they are, and I have to put 10 inside here. Actually, I put about 13 in after I'm really done of the saline, because then because my bulb is rated to 15 milliliters, and the problem is that one of my other ones was only rated to 7 to 10, and then pushing it all the way up to 10 to the maximum, you're asking for it to pop a lot faster. So I try to keep it, way lower than what its max is supposed to be, and I'm sure that its max is farther than whatever it says. So if you put up to 15, it's not really stretching it that much, but I don't want it to pop on me, because when it pops, then it's totally gone. I mean, I was at least able to fix this last night. I had already taken my sleep meds, my pain meds, to go to the emergency room, and for them to just pop it open through another one, I'm gonna lose half of my food and everything else that's in there and everything. So it's right now it's 1:13, and this all happened last night about 10. So I had to wait for all my food to be processed, and get all this stuff out of my stomach, because there's nothing in my stomach right now. So here we go. I got one syringe here to suck out the new one, and I've got another one. Actually, I'm just going to use one of these to put it in the new one. So I have these ones are all shrink wrapped. Well, wrapped, plastic, whatever. And they're really good. And then I have right here, best place to get your stuff, Medline. These are the best things in the world. This is the one I got. It's a G-tube, 3-port, 20 FR. 20 French means the circular diameter of the actual tube right here. How thick the tube is, how big the hole is in the middle of this tube right here. So you got 18s, which are smaller. I had an 18 in there, French 18, and my food went in real slow. It got clogged real easy, so I moved myself up to a 20 FR. So it made the inside diameter a lot bigger, and my food goes down really good. It doesn't clog anymore or anything. You can go up to a 24 or 26. I mean, those are really big tubes. Those are for people that have, other types of problems that are on machines, and the machines actually feed you the liquid. This one actually is made for machine 2. However, with the right adapter, you can actually get it to fit just about any tip on here, and I can explain that to you if someone writes in or calls. I'm always here for anybody help going through this. This is almost my 3rd year of having this, and been through a lot of these things. Abbott was the best, but they stopped making them for some reason. I don't know why. They just stopped making them. Anyway, here's the good one. That's the number right there. Pause your video to get the number. This is the best one I have for me. Probably a smaller one, or 18 French, the one that you usually have. It's got the disclaimer, doctor use only, blah blah blah. And this is what you get inside of it. It comes with just this, and that's it. That's all it comes with. That's all you get in the box. See that? So you got a brand new one, identical to this one. I buy a couple of them at a time, so I have a backup. Just like for this instance, if this would have happened yesterday, I would not be doing it. Well, I wouldn't doing this video. I just been doing it yesterday. But I didn't know that it was going to split last night. I guess it just finally had the stress of this tip, which is, it goes from smaller to bigger. So when you shove it in, it's just putting a lot of stress on this little tip right here, where it's made for an adapter, which I don't like to put on. It's just such a pain in the butt. So I'm going to start using an adapter now to make sure I keep a long life on this one, because as you can see on the tip of it, you may not be able to see it really well, but it's really reinforced right up around the tip, around the little cover here. It's reinforced right here, and then down through here it's really skinny. So it's I believe that it's really made for you to put that adapter in here and then put in the syringe, because that's what's worked the best for me all the time. But this is not the same one that I've had before, so it's kind of weird. Now you're probably going to see a little bit of food come out of me, that kind of stuff, because there is acid, there is still stuff liquid inside of me. But I'm trying to sit up a little bit, a little bit different position to make sure that my angle is better, because my stomach is always all on my left side, because I've been sleeping on my left side for 2 years. So it's stuck on this side. But if I go like this, then everything that's in my stomach is going downward because of my elevation, and it's all going to my right. So where the hole is, I shouldn't have a lot of stuff come out. Now, 2 things that come inside the bag. One is the instructions. Kind of tells you, it's pretty simple though. I mean, it's not rocket science. And it comes, in another sealed bag. Here is the actual feeding tube, PEG tube. So I think there is some perforated things right here. I'm not sure if this is where you open it at. I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do, if I have it close by, and I am doing this video and I don't have anything that I really need close by to me, I have to grab some scissors. And I'll be right back. And here we go. So, sorry about that. I totally forgot about scissors. So I'm going to cut this open. And I'm not going to take it out because I'm right at the bottom stem. This is the part that goes inside my stomach, and then the balloon is wrapped around this. It's really ingenious how they made this thing. So I don't want to really touch that yet, but I have to get it out. So I'm going to get it out, and I open up the wrong end. So I'm going to pull it out with my fingers. That's a little bit up farther where it will not be in my stomach. Since this is sanitized, this is very sanitary. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because I should have just opened up the other end. There is some little special grease that you kind of put on the tip, so it's a little bit slippery, but there's already going to be stuff kind of oozing out of my stomach, so it's already going to be slippery. So that's really not needed. This is that's really needed when you're first putting it in for the first time in the surgery. So what I'm gonna do, I have to get this one ready, so that when one slides out, I have this one ready already in here, and I'm ready to fill it up with saline, so the, you know, to keep leaking whatever is gonna come out of me. So I'm gonna set this up right now. So it's on there right now. So what I do is push, and I'm gonna make sure that this is 10 ml, 10 milliliters. And then I'm going to use one of my older syringes that I have from previous things, and I'm going to take the water out of this one. I'm doing all this live. You might hear me like say oh crap and wig out for a minute, because it might give me more stuff that's going to come out of me, or less, or I don't know really. You just never know. I didn't expect myself even to have to replace this right now so soon. But I'll be calling them, letting them know what's going on. So here we go. So now I'm going to leave this. I'm leaving this with like the tip of it right there. And I'm ready to rock and roll as soon as this one comes out. Okay, I'm going to pull it. When I pull this, you're going to see liquid coming inside this, I think. If I'm actually in the balloon. Okay. That's not working. I think we've got a problem here, Houston. Let's try one of my other syringes. Oh, and this is the other one that doesn't work. Hmm. Okay. Well, that's really, really, really weird. See if I can push it in. Well, it looks like my port is messed up. That's not good. And it looks like I'm going to have to... Actually, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I don't know what to do. This has never happened before. Something's wrong with my port. Usually, you know, it just starts flooding out with liquid because... But this is not... It's not going in far enough. I think I might have to use one of my other syringes here. Maybe this has got the right tip. The other one worked just fine. I don't know, it's been working just fine. Something's weird about this one. Yeah, it's definitely closed off. It's it won't go in, and I'm gonna use this video for the manufacturer too. So I cannot push this in. It's all the way into this thing. I can't move the camera right now. It's all the way in. Even the syringe thing that you guys gave me, that the company I buy this from gave me, it doesn't work. It won't even let me push in water to the balloon. So something is messed up. I'm leaking from that spot where it's leaking at in the stem right now. And this is no longer sterile, but I guess I don't know what's causing the problem. I mean, I don't I don't understand what the problem is. So, I don't know what to do. I don't want to cut off the top. I just need a pair of, one of my little screwdrivers that I have to poke in there. Maybe it's just really dirty. So let me grab one of my little screwdrivers here. Something that's solid enough for me to poke into the hole a little bit so I can, maybe it's dirty, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, and it doesn't look like I have a screwdriver close by. I got one, but just not one of the ones that I need. I've got a couple of these things, but these things I don't think are long enough. Let me try one of these, because it'll just start letting out the whatever's in there. Yeah, it's working. And it push down. It's letting some water out. Okay. I just don't know why it's not working. This wrench. Because it's got so much pressure in there from the balloon. You know how a balloon works, it just automatically, you open it up and it just starts working. It just starts, everything just starts coming out. So, I'm in a very weird position. So let me, there's a little bit of water, but it's like I'm maybe not pushing it all the way, but I'm pretty sure I'm in all the way. I don't think I can go any farther in. And it just won't do it. This is the weirdest thing. I cannot believe this. The only way to get this off is to cut it off. This is so weird. I've never had this happen. I'm glad I'm shooting the video to prove to the manufacturer that this thing is defective. Really defective. I need something, shoot. I have nothing around me that I would never think that I would need something right now for this particular situation. Let me try one of these. I have, being a cancer patient, you acquire a lot of stuff. Stuff that even years afterwards you still have. This has got a good stem on it. Let me see if I can use this to push it all the way in. See what happens. Oh, I am pushing it all the way in. It's just not letting it out. That's weird. It's all the way in. I'm pushing all the way in with this thing right here. And I'm pushing it all the way in. It should be just shooting out water because of the pressure. But it won't. You can see it's going in. And then I'm pulling it out. So, no matter what kind of force, I should still be getting water. I'm not getting anything. This is so weird. This is definitely a defective unit. I'm pushing all the way in. See that? Look at that. I'm hitting the back of it. That's why it's doing that. So it's not working. So I'm going to have to cut it off. That's the only thing I know what to do right now is to cut it off. So let me get my scissors, which I just had. And now we're doing something completely different than what I was expecting. So now I'm going to have an uncontrolled liquid nightmare here. I guess the only way to do it would be to stick this over it and let it run into here as I do it, I guess. Definitely don't want it to shoot on my iPhone. There's not that much water in it, so it shouldn't be that bad. Okay. We all saw it there, folks. I just cut off the place where the balloon gets filled up in my stomach. And it's still not letting out the air. There it is. There's no water coming out. I'm extremely confused. There's definitely a clog or something. Because this should be coming out. And it's not. It's still stuck in my stomach. Oh, I know why. God, I'm stupid. It's because I zip tied these things. Okay, let's see if I can move around here without. This is going to be fun. I need to keep this pinched until I'm ready. I put these two things on here to keep the stuff from my stomach coming out last night, to pinch it off like a hose. So now I've got it, and now where's my bag? Stick this in here. That's the bottom. It's already leaking water. Now I know why, because I had to pinch it off. That's why I could not get it open. So it wasn't a manufacturer defect after all. It's just I forgot that I had pinched it, so it had closed everything off. There we go. Let me do this. Let me just get one of my little syringes here. Stick it inside this hole. If it'll go. Guess not. There's my other syringe. I have a little, it's what they call a little sponge that goes around. It's got a slit in it. Keep it from the rubber from touching the skin. It creates a rash if it stays there too long. It's a nice buffer. If it leaks and stuff, it absorbs it. So I'm pulling out the old one right now. The new one is ready to go in. The new one right here. And all I'm going to do is pull this one out and stick this one right back in. pulled the other one out. The new one is in now. And now I'm going to fill up the balloon. And now I've got it in my stomach. And now that stuff that's coming out is stomach acid. Kind of gross. No, I didn't position the camera in like a really good angle to get all that nice gooey stuff, but sorry for you goo fans. Not a lot of goo this time. I did some other videos, but I didn't put them up because it was just way too long of a video. I'm at 25 minutes on this one, and I'll be done here in a couple minutes, so it should be good. So just clean the area of whatever junk that came out. You know why you pulled out the other good one, or the old one, I'm sorry. And then I have a drawer and a box of the things that I need right here beside me. So let me grab one of my little these are what they are. They are syringes, and when I post the posting, I'll give you the SKU number, model number, whatever you need to order them with. They're like for a package of like 50, they're like $1.25. I mean, it's nothing. So as I put the new one on, I'm going to go ahead and put this on first. And I aim that little slit. There's a little slit in it where it goes on you, because that's like an open part. It's right here. I aim that more towards myself than down or sideways, because if it does leak, because it does sometimes, it will leak up instead of down and down my stomach and ruin a shirt or whatever that I'm wearing. So right now I'm making it a little bit taut, and I put it up against my stomach now. Now it's kind of there. It's all nice and there now. So it's kind of done. Except for putting on just a little bit more in the tube, because this is 10 milliliters, so I'm going to push all the way in. So I've got exactly 10 milliliters inside the bulb, the balloon on the inside of my stomach. So that's 10, and each one of these has a number on it. So as you push down, you know where you're going. So if I go from 10 to 9 to 8, that would be 3 more milliliters. I'd be at 13. I'd be 2 milliliters under, you know, the maximum, or what it says that is 15 ml. So I'm going to put that in there right now. Well, this is the old syringe, sorry. Same thing on the one that's full right now. So you just got the numbers, and you just follow the numbers. Let me show you the numbers. Right there. So I'm going to put 2 more in. 3 more probably. Let's go, we're at 10. 9. 9.5. That should be plenty. That should be plenty. Because I'm past 10. And the other little one that I use to keep inside me, the other one that I was using for the longest time, yep, we're still at 2, right there at 2, so that's perfect. Alright guys, so that's everything. I'll show you where to get everything. This is the one that I used. I had to cut it off. I was totally stupid when I bent it over, that's why it wasn't coming out, so I could have done it, you know, through the actual syringe port to suck out the water from the balloon, but I'd forgotten that I had bent this over to keep it from getting any liquid from my stomach from this top right here. And since I'm right here, I'm going to show exactly what happened. The syringe is right here, so there's water out of this. So let me just pop this off. Okay. Now let me go ahead and cut these 2 things off the top here, so I can show what happened and from the stress. And this is something that needs to be addressed, because this is In my opinion, this is not, I mean, normal wear and tear would be using it like I'm using it. But after almost not even 2 months yet, I mean, it gets another problem like this. This I really feel is not my fault. Um, I believe if I was, banging on it and stretching it and doing some crazy stuff, acrobatics with it, because I sleep a certain way, or I'm in a hospital situation, or whatever. I just take it out and I open the top and I use it. So look, if you could see right here, right there in the middle, see that split? It's split right open. So I'm gonna push on it to show you the split. So basically, it split all the way open last night, I guess, after a feeding, because I kept getting a little bit of liquid coming down all over my body, and I'm like, why is it doing this? So I thought it was down like in the middle here, right here in the middle, like where the two join, but I couldn't see this part because it was always leaking. So I thought it was coming out here, because when I would pull back on it like this, it would shoot from here or in this area. But if you see here, it's a whole slit right there, all the way down, all the way down. See that? I probably made it a little bit worse because I'm doing this now, but that's exactly what happened. So there's the split right there, and I have no way of showing this on, like taking a picture of this. Yes, let me try it like this. Let me just stick the syringe in it, and that'll probably do it. Okay, so there it is, and then there's the photo I just took of it. And let's do it right over here. So this is basically what happened. There's what happened. There's what broke my syringe. Took another photo. That's what you saw those little lights for. So for you guys manufacturer, I did cut off this part, which is the top that goes on there, because it sticks up so high. No matter how I put it on, taped it onto my stomach, it would always come off and start running out and ruin my shirts. Because this particular model is made for an adapter to go into a feeding machine, and you guys keep sending me the wrong one. And I've asked the girl there, I forgot her name now, Amber. I asked her to find me a particular one. She said she found it, and she was going to send that one to me as a replacement, since the ones that you guys were sending me did not work right. I never got it. I got another one of these, and then that one, the balloon on it just kept leaking down here, and there was no way for me to be able to keep it going. I had to, every couple of days I had to fill it up. So I know there was something wrong with it. But let me show you guys how this works. Since I don't really have another one kind of just laying around to show you this, I'll show you how the balloon works, and then I'm going to end the video. We're at over 30 minutes. Okay, so you got the balloon. I'm going to push this, and then watch the balloon fill up. See that? I'm pushing in the water from this thing, and that's what's on the inside of your stomach. That's how big the balloon is right now, because that's what I need. Because when your hole gets, that's the diameter of this piece here, which is 20 French. I don't know what the FR stands for, but they call it 20 French. All the doctors, everybody, refer to it as 20 French. I had an 18 French, and then I switched to 20 French about 4 or 5 months ago. But the balloon on the one that they gave me at 7 milliliters, it made a hole in my stomach the size of a dime. So every time I coughed, this thing would pop out. Because the balloon was so small, it just created a small enough hole for my stomach to just open up and pop right out. So I need something that's 10, 11, and 13 milliliters, which is this big of a bulb, to allow my skin, because after a couple of days, it'll grow around to the size of the diameter of this. Once that happens, then the hole is completely closed, then it won't pop out no more. I need to run one with about 12 or 13 milliliters in it, so that the balloon is so big that it won't come out. There's no way that this pulling the pressure up against the underside of my stomach, lining and the out inside of my stomach, this abdomen area, it won't come out because it's just too big. But if it's smaller, it's small enough to make that little hole right there, and it will just pop right out because there's always liquid around it, slippery. And I actually pulled them out of my stomach with this still intact like this. So the balloon was still there just like this, but I had put my hand on it, and I was getting out of bed, and I just pulled it right out of my stomach. And that was like only 2 months after me having it. It was the most painful thing. And then of course I just got done feeding him. The food was just shooting out like a hose. I mean, like a hose, like you get a hole in a hose. It was just shooting out of me. It got everywhere. I mean, I've had that happen but now when I actually have it now, I tape it down just in case the balloon does pop. The tape that I have around it holds it in place, so it just doesn't just like shoot out of me anymore. Cause that got old. So there it is. There's the broken one. I totally forgot about that one that was sealing it off. Even I tried these ones on the end, and of course it's a little bit harder to use right now. That's why the water came out kind of hard, because these are still kind of putting some pressure on the tube. But I mean, we did find out exactly what the problem was. So I got my new one in, and there it is. That's all you guys need. I'll put those descriptions in the down below in the info, and you guys can do it. 36 minutes, so I gotta get off here. Thanks a lot, guys. That's how you do it. It's pretty simple. You know, out of 35 minutes, it was only 5 seconds to actually put the thing in me. So, and it's done. There you go. I'll show you how to get all the syringes with all the liquid that you need in them, etc. This is the one that I used. I used about 2 milliliters. So this one's still got a liquid in it. So you guys can see that, I think. Put it right there. There's the liquid. Alright guys, see you later. If you have any questions, just give the call to the number at the bottom, or email me or whatever. I'll help you guys out. Thanks. God bless everybody.